I'm not a big fan of horror games. I gotta be honest. I don't watch Saw. I don't read Goosebumps. I don't play Amnesia. Dead by Daylight had a vibe to it, something that drew me to it. I didn't want to play, but at the same time, really, really did. But nevertheless, I bought it on a Steam sale, and God, I could not be more impressed with this game. It's suspenseful, it's fun, but in a way that'll attract people to who do not like horror games, to attract someone who doesn't like suspense movies. So, what is Dead by Daylight? Dead by Daylight is a 4 versus 1 horror game where 4 people are survivors and 1 person is a killer. You get into these procedurally generated maps that you have to escape from, and as the survivors, you have to escape from them, and as the killer, you have to kill the survivors. It's pretty regular horror movie stuff, and to that extent, you can choose different characters, and they're all different races, and 2 black people they have is a boy and a girl, and they usually end up dying first, but no, I'm just kidding. It's a joke. But you get the idea. This thing feels like you are in a horror movie, like you are playing Friday the 13th. You are these survivors. You have to power 5 generators that are broken at the beginning of the game, and then a gate will open. You also have to power up, and then you can run and escape. It's very simple, but the fact that it's dark and it's foggy and you have someone trying to relentlessly hunt you down and kill you shakes things up a bit. There are 4 survivors to play, and as most of the time they all play the same. You can all play them in the same way. One can heal herself and other basic abilities, but besides that, you know, there's nothing really different. They have like these very basic abilities that let you change the game a little bit, but not too crazily. You can also get items from leveling up and progressing, so there is that. There's one use items that you use them and they're gone forever, right? So you have like a flashlight, you use it, and if you don't escape with it, it's gone forever. You can also get items for these items. You know, these are the ones that these are one use as well, but they enhance your items originally, right? So you can get a leather grip for the flashlight. You can get a AA battery or whatever. You know, you can have 2 items per item and go into these games. These items are nowhere near the big thing about the game, and they're not necessarily game changing. They're just helpful. That item just helps and switches up the gameplay a bit. You know, another thing about the loadout menu is these perks, right? So these perks are small, to say the least. Haha, pun. No, these perks are small. They're nothing huge. Like this one I have equipped right now gets me out of bear traps 5% quicker. Perks are just something that help you get out of sticky situations while playing the game. That's all there is in the loadout menu. Like it's just stuff like that. And there's customization. You can change your guy up a little bit, but besides that, there's nothing too crazy. Let's look into the gameplay. You're going to spawn into a random place on the outskirts of the map. 3 other players have spawned on the outside too. Your goal is to first find the generators and power them up. Now, as soon as the generator turns on, the killer will be alerted, so you're going to have to want to run, right? You just run any direction except the middle. The middle's a bad place. You'll know when the killer is close because your heartbeat will enhance. It'll get louder and it'll get faster. Doesn't mean the killer sees you. It means the killer's near you. It means he's close. Tall grass is your friend. You can crouch and it makes it very difficult for the killer to see you, especially if the killer is running towards the generator. When you look around the map, you will see open windows and pallets you can pull down. Survivors can utilize these to escape the killer. While playing as the killer, you can see all generators whether they're turned on or not. You cannot attack very quickly, and you definitely can't really mantle things. So you're going for the situation where you can corner the survivor or sneak up on them, as long as they don't know you're there. Being a killer is cool and interesting, but you have the same loadout screen, and you know, I'm gonna be honest here. The script says that everything is the same, but it's really not. You know, being the killer is a different mentality than playing the survivors. When you're playing the survivors, you have this race against time almost, that it's only a matter of time till the killer finds you. When you're playing as the killer, you are racing against yourself. You're racing against everything that you're thinking and where they can be. Other than that, the loadout screen is the same, you know, but I do want to say there is so much more enjoyability in the game if you play the survivors. At this point in the game, there are 3 killers: the Wraith, the Trapper, and the Hillbilly. I'm not going to go in depth on any of them, but for the most part, you have a Trapper who chases people, a Wraith who turns invisible, and a Hillbilly who has a chainsaw. Simple as that. Overall, this game is a lot of fun. It creates suspense in every single game. The combination of never knowing where the killer is and where you are on the map, and to that extent, your other survivors, where they are in the map, it's suspenseful, it's mysterious, and it's well made. Dead by Daylight is an awesome game. A small thing I have against the game is the UI is a little clunky, but besides that, the game is great, and I fully recommend. This game is only available in small doses for me. It's one of those games where I can only play a little bit at a time. Other games like that include Amnesia, which I don't really play anymore. Witcher 3 and Skyrim. Now, The Witcher 3 and Skyrim are a little bit different because they're giant RPGs, but the idea stays the same, that there's so much stuff in this game that I just have to take it all in a little bit at a time. This game is in a reality where it's a huge hit, but it's not a huge hit. This game is a cultural phenomenon, but at the same time, it's still gaining steam, right? This game has the player base, and it has the momentum behind it to be great. The dev team just kind of needs to make use of that. It needs to take control and harness that energy it's getting from all these fans and all these players on a daily basis, and channel that into more content, even more content, in this $15 game. This game is awesome. I actually really do enjoy it. I only have about 4 hours into it, but if you know me, I usually do my reviews off of games that I've only played a few hours on. I feel, and there's other videos that explain how I feel about that, but just know that I'm fully aware that this game, I haven't I haven't dived into this game yet. I'm fully aware of that, but that doesn't mean I can't come to a conclusion. I do like this game. I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's super suspenseful, and I think it's a lot of fun, especially to play with friends, whether they're backseat playing or not. If they're just sitting in a chair next to you, it's still a whole lot of fun just talking and honestly screaming that someone is right behind you with a giant chainsaw trying to kill you. This game is awesome. I fully recommend, like I said, and I hope you guys buy it, and I hope you guys enjoy it. See you guys in the next video.